Want to know some sneaky ways that narcissists control you? By the end of this video, I'm going to give you some sneaky ways that narcissists control you so that you will be on to them. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I'm a narcissist negotiation expert. I'm also an attorney, and I've helped millions of people. And I want to help you break free from toxic relationships so that you can learn how to negotiate your best life and be free. And I've helped so many people, and I want to help you too. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I'm on a mission here. I've had to deal with a couple of covert narcissists myself, and that is my why. That is why I sit here and do this all day, every day now. Yeah, this is why I do this now. So I know the sneaky ways that narcissists control you. I've seen it. For years and years, I practiced law, and I didn't see it. I didn't know how, narcissists operate. I didn't really understand this, even as a lawyer. It was really not until I dealt with it as somebody who was in a partnership with somebody in a business endeavor, separate and apart from my law practice, that I really started to dive into learning about narcissists. And I had been lecturing all over the country on negotiation. I had even written a book on negotiation, and I had been a keynote speaker at an American Bar Association event, and, all of this on negotiation, but I sure as heck didn't know that much about narcissism. And I didn't know the sneaky ways that narcissists control you. And that's why the majority of attorneys in this country really don't understand narcissism. And it really wasn't until I realized I was dealing with a narcissist myself in a business situation that I really started to dive into learning about narcissism and reading a lot of books on narcissism. And that's when I started to apply what I was learning about narcissism to some of my cases when I was still practicing full on. And that's when I started to see real movement in how to deal with narcissists. And now I coach people on how to deal with narcissists. And I've come up with a whole program, Slayer Negotiation with a Narcissist. That's when I really just started to learn how to deal with narcissists in a really powerful way. I know the sneaky ways that narcissists control you. So one of the things that they do is they confuse the issues. They start talking about other things when you want to talk about something else. So one of the things that they'll do is, you'll say, hey, I want to talk to you about these text messages or something like that, and they'll say, why are you bringing that up now? Well, I just wanted to talk to you about these text messages, bringing that up now because you make it difficult for me. And you know how stressed I am about work, and I'm dealing with my sickness right now. And you know that I was sick last week, and I'm dealing with the stress of this and, all these other things. Oh, and you're yelling at me, and the neighbors can hear us, and then all of a sudden it's about all these other different things. And you never get to talk about what it is that you wanted to talk about. They confuse the issues. Okay. So that's a sneaky way that they control you. All right. So that's number one. They confuse the issues. Number two is they look for your weaknesses, and then they use those against you. They know exactly what it is that your Achilles heels are, what your weaknesses are. And especially the deeper you get into having a personal relationship with them, the longer that they know you, they'll start to say things that they know are your weaknesses against you. They'll say things like, well, you're not very good at that anyway, or like just little passive aggressive things that you'll be like, whoa, where did that come from? That person probably isn't getting along with you because you're not very good at getting along with people, or, something like that. And probably because of the issues that, you had with your mother, and that's why you don't get along well with people, or something like that. And it's like, what, just things like that they know will be hurtful to you, that sort of thing. So that's number 2. Number 3 is gaslighting. All of narcissists use gaslighting to confuse you, to control you. And it's a very, very sneaky way to control you and try to confuse you, to make you think that you're crazy. And gaslighting, there's so many different forms of gaslighting, but it's a way of destabilizing you. It's a way of making you think that you're crazy. It's a way of making you think that your reality is not your reality. So I do have a whole video on narcissistic gaslighting phrases, but, in short, it's basically a very brief explanation is something like, I'm going away next weekend. Oh, you're going away next weekend? I didn't know you were going away. Oh, yeah, we talked about that and you agreed. Don't you remember? We never talked about that. Oh, yeah, we had a whole conversation about it and you agreed. We never talked about that. Oh, yeah, we did. And you never had that conversation, but they'll swear that you had that conversation. And, they'll say things like that so many times. And then you start to question your reality. Like, maybe we did have that conversation. And, that's the kind of thing that they'll do. Or, you'll see a text message that's very, very suggestive with a coworker, and, at night or something like that, or love you, and, that sort of thing. And they'll say, that's not what you're seeing. You're so needy. You're very paranoid. We're just friends, and make you think like you're the one who's crazy, that sort of thing. Number 4 sneaky way that narcissists control you is they become the victim by turning the tables. They do something wrong, and so, you question them on it. Like, I had somebody who was a professional, somebody who used to work with me, and you would ask them about something that they were supposed to be doing. And then suddenly it was, that I had breast cancer 10 years ago, and, this is very stressful for me. And, and it became about that, and not about the fact that they didn't do their work. And so now you're supposed to feel bad for bringing up the fact that they didn't do their work because they had breast cancer 10 years ago, and they become the victim. They turn the tables. So that's another way that sneaky ways that narcissists try to control you. Another way that narcissists try to control you is by shock and awe, like becoming very dramatic. They start to yell, they start to throw things, they wake you up in the middle of the night to have a fight with you. They throw on the lights, they might throw something, at the wall. They try to control you like that by becoming very, very dramatic. And, I had a slay client that I just interviewed, Shikati, who you should definitely listen to his interview on my podcast and also video here, where he talked about how he had actually like PTSD after getting out of the narcissistic relationship, because the narcissist that he was in relationship with used to throw on the lights in the middle of the night and, start to have fights with him in the middle of the night. That's the kind of thing they do. Shock and awe by becoming super dramatic. That's a way to control you, to bring you to your knees like that. So that's another one. Another one is these hot and cold games that they play. They start off with the love bombing, and you're the most amazing, incredible, special human being they've ever met. They sweep you off your feet. They rock your world. You are amazing. And huge gestures and lock you in as quickly as possible. And you're like, wow. And then all of a sudden ghost you, and they don't respond to text messages, and days may go by, and then all of a sudden, like, you're so needy. What's up with you? I have to work. And like these hot and cold games, that they play. And that's a way of controlling you. So that's another one. Another one that they do is use guilt, try to guilt you, so especially around holidays, or, this is a really biggie for covert narcissists. And I have a whole video on covert narcissism in relationships. Definitely check that out. And I dealt with a covert narcissist myself, so I know. But holidays, I have a whole video on how narcissists act around holidays. Check that out as well. And by the way, if you were so ready to turn the tables on these narcissists, put "turn the tables" in the comments right now. Turn the tables. It is so time to turn the tables on these narcissists. But they use guilt. Like, oh, I can't believe you're not going to do this for me after I've done so much for you. I've given you the world, that sort of thing, right? Have they not? Have you guys seen this? Totally, right? Totally. All right. You're dealing with a narcissist. Definitely make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell. By the way, if you need some resources, some mental health resources, I do have a partnership with BetterHelp. And if you need some online resources, I do have this partnership with BetterHelp. We do get paid a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything else, but I do have to say, disclose that I want to offer this. We only partner with resources that we trust. And so I'm proud to offer this if you need it. Because I want to offer some mental health resources. So you can go to betterhelp.com/Rebecca Zung. Grab that help if you need it. We do have a link below to it as well if you need it. So get the help that you need. Don't sit out there and don't have the help that you need. So grab that as well. And make sure that you grab my free Crush My Negotiation Prep worksheet if you haven't done that already as well. And make sure that you join my free private Facebook group as well, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. I've dropped a link below to that as well. So there's links below to all of these resources if you need them. And I also have a free quiz. If you aren't even sure if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, there's a link to that below. And remember, they only win if you give in. So remember, today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. And I will definitely see all of you guys in the next video.